Very quiet, eh? What about now?
That's better. Please welcome my co-host, the Babadook.
Babadook away. Welcome. Welcome. This doesn't work with the lights on. Welcome.
To coast with Crean and Ripper. It's a very scary
HallowCrean. I think that was probably our strongest opening.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What are you dressed as? A deadbeat dad?
But a cool deadbeat dad.
That's cool.
The kind of dad that like shows up and is like, hey, you know your mom. She gets stressed about money. I'm that kind of deadbeat dad.
Oh, that's good. I'm Geek Squad Lincoln. Combination tribute to one of your best jokes. Off what album? What album?
I don't think it's on an album. I think maybe it's on a YouTube video.
Rob Crean outed as sex masturbatory predator.
That's not one of my bits or a YouTube video that you can. Don't even bother searching it because it probably won't show up anything.
Won't yield 12 results instantly. Rob, happy Halloween. This most sacred of all holidays. And maybe legitimately the scariest Halloween I can ever remember.
Definitely is, yeah. I love like Halloween. I love horror movies, but I don't like living in a dystopia.
We had a couple Halloween moments come to life this year. Possible civil war, you know, that's sort of a horror movie uprising thing. Then you had Miss Congeniality 2, I remember. That was a pretty good one.
That did not come out this year, I don't think.
Yeah, it did. It was rebooted by Jordan Peele. But what were you? It's very, very different.
Have you seen that show Utopia? It's a new Amazon show.
Sounds too happy. What is it?
It's a show about a comic book that supposedly predicts pandemics, and these people are trying to find the comic book so they can predict what the next pandemic will be, which I think is so funny because in this world, there wasn't like a comic book that had secrets to the pandemic. Like one of the richest guys in the world for 5 years was like, the pandemic's coming, we got to get prepared. And we were like, shut up, Bill Gates. So it's
I'm checking the live stream. I think there might be. Did you block me again?
You probably just said something. Facebook, the algorithm probably blocked you.
But all lives matter. That's my costume, is misinformed white guy. Remember the good old days when a Johnny Rockets was segregated?
Which is really messed up because Johnny Rockets is a retro restaurant that started in the late 80s. So it was really weird. They really went for the retro thing a little too hard in the beginning.
And Governor Wallace out front greeting people. Hamburgers today, hamburgers tomorrow, hamburgers forever.
That explains the 2 water fountains.
Oh, we're having fun. We have to start things off on a holiday mood.
It's a holiday time.
What's your favorite Halloween costume that you ever had?
One year I was Bruce Springsteen, which was fun because you get to be in character.
Can you give us a little Bruce?
All night I would speak in those long speeches that Springsteen gives in the middle of songs.
And he has a Halloween speech that you actually give.
Growing up in Jersey, I always loved Halloween. Yeah, me and my dad, we'd always see eye to eye. Remember one year I wanted to go as Bob Dylan. My old man, he said, Bob Dylan, that ain't no kind of costume for no little kid. And why don't you go as a Dracula or a mummy? Yeah, we got into it pretty hard. But eventually we compromised. We found some common ground. I ended up going as the werewolf Bob Dylan. And I thought to myself, you know what, me and the old man, we ain't so different after all. Ho, hoo, hey, ho!
I live for that.
How about you?
I dressed as a werewolf when I was in 2nd grade. Dad had fingerless wool gloves. I took, those claws that you can just put on your fingertips underneath, so it looked like hairy claws, and I wore this big mask. And it was, on the outside, really cool. But on the inside, my glasses fogged up. I fell off 3 curbs, and my dad had to carry a werewolf home on Halloween. Just like a werewolf being carried down the street. Like I was the bodyguard. What's your least favorite Halloween?
My least favorite Halloween? I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I went through a pretty bad breakup a few years back, which you can hear all about on my album, Sadly Sacritan, available on deadmellow.com. The first
album has a lot of happier things on deadmellow.com.
Yes, that's true.
Go ahead.
I was with this woman for 5 years, and we would always do couples costumes. You know, like the year before we broke up, we both were Jessica Fletcher from Murder, She Wrote. You know, classic couples costume. But then like that, you know, first year after that we broke up, I just had to, you know, do the couples costume alone. You know, I just was the old man from Up. Really sad. Gary, what was the sexiest costume you ever did? If not the werewolf in character your dad.
Brett Kavanaugh. I think honestly, zombie park ranger. I showed a little neck and wrists exposed, good biceps, and I look good in federal mandated pants.
You are on the record saying that the park ranger uniform is not a sexy uniform. On the record, and by on the record, I mean on the record, Yellow Belt Confidence, available on deadandmellow.com.
One of the worst Halloweens was the last Halloween I trick-or-treated because I was way too old and I picked a very obscure costume.
Was that like 2-3 years ago?
I was 26 at the time. No, I was 15. Okay. I was in high school, and I didn't go with anybody. I just walked around my neighborhood, and I think I got 4 houses and 4 talking tos by my neighbors going like, I don't know if we should be giving you candy, Gary. You can shovel the driveway this winter if you'd like. And I was dressed as the Undertaker's revived persona, American Badass. rode a motorcycle to the ring, and people were just like, are you your dad? Is that what you're dressed as? And I had mascara on my neck that said Sarah with a tattoo, and it ran immediately as soon as I left the house. But I left, it started raining, so my mascara was running, and then I went home, and my dad, my friend Ryan, and I went to a haunted house where Ryan's big guy, he's a cop now. Don't defund him. He's a good guy. He somebody jumped out in the maze at Ryan, and Ryan's like 7 foot and very skittish. And
that's
Ryan,
a great quality for a cop, by the way, skittishness.
Well, when you go to a haunted house,
hey, skittish. He's got a like a itchy trigger finger. You know, good guy.
Just hates different people.
He's suspicious by nature.
Somebody jumped out in the haunted house at Ryan, and Ryan threw an elbow and knocked the guy out. Wow. It was like a 15-year-old boy beat up an adult, and they were like, we got to get out of this haunted house. They just stopped acting. So it was a bunch of people in costume that were like, you're going to die now. Please exit through the right because you violated our touch rules. They were staying in character at the Barrett's Haunted Mansion in Abington.
The last time I went to a haunted house, it was there's you had to wait in line for a really long time, so they would have people in costumes come out and just do stuff to entertain you while you're in line. And there was this one guy whose whole thing was he would just go up to people and just kind of stare at them, and people would get freaked out and run away or whatever. And he came up to me and he stared at me, and then I stared back at him, and then we just like locked eyes for about 20 minutes. And all of my friends were like, why are you doing this? And I said, I don't know. But I was just stuck in it. And we just stared at each other for 20 minutes. And eventually he said, you're good, but I got to move on to other people. Okay.
You are. Now, Rob, I noticed you're not wearing a costume.
Yeah. Well, you were talking about obscure costumes. I've definitely had that issue. Have you ever had that? Is that the only time you had that issue, where your costume was a little too obscure?
Yeah, there's been, I pick guys with glasses a lot, so I can see during Halloween.
Yeah,
and there aren't a lot of leading. What are you, young Kissinger? Okay, like I have to explain a lot of it.
Yeah. Oh, you're bald Harry Potter.
This is a standard one. This is the leather jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Hell's Angel, poorly, an FBI agent, poorly infiltrating the Hell's Angels. Shall we ride our motorcycles, gentlemen? Or perhaps a bird scooter? Where do we keep the drugs? I'll find them. Ignore the wires.
Yeah, no, this is one of mine that's probably a little too obscure. So hot. You probably never even think about being with a guy like me. I'm sorry, that's so stupid.
What is that?
That's Eddie Champagne, the hot tub king of Detroit, from the pilot episode of Detroiters. Character Steve Higgins plays.
You just come down, everything's gonna be safe. You know, we still got rats and everything, but you know, we hold these fucking things, and you know, everything's gonna be okay. You don't need to worry. Everybody's gonna be distant, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be safe. I know that we had ringworm when you know the pandemic wasn't happening, but you just bring a friend, and you know, we'll take a little bit discount off. Everyone gets a water bottle. You get your own water bottle. Please come down.
What is that?
It's the guy who owns a CrossFit gym that really is trying to keep his business going.
Look, what America needs now is sane leadership. We need to return to normalcy. We need to reform partnerships with our allies abroad. And we need to get back to business. I'm sure you can tell what this costume.
Looks like kind of like an uncle or some like
I'm
weird
Hunter Biden. Don't you watch the news?
uncle.
What was that?
It was Dodgers ball boy cracking under the pressure.
I just gotta go home. Gotta go home right now. I gotta go home. It's an emergency. I'll explain later. So I gotta go home.
Are you? It's kind of like
Shardy McFly.
Shardy.
It's Marty McFly who just sharted his pants.
Let's see. Yep. Okay. Superior. And Tori Bailey. That's good. Sandals. Ooh, and Kanye. That's interesting. Rocky De La Fuente. Ooh, this is a tough one. I guess I'll just write in.
You're California's one undecided voter.
Correct. You nailed it. Do you know?
Yeah, I do.
Who is it?
Why don't you go ahead and say it?
It's Rob Crean. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coast to Coast.
I don't even wear that hat anymore.
For obvious reasons. We have just a jam-packed lineup here tonight. YouTubers, boob-tubers, Vine stars, all of them canceled. But we got these people in a scramble. Somebody that's been on the show before, Rob, is, you know, kind of an odd duck. He's a good guy, and he's going to give us some tips.
Yes.
Please welcome the good boy.
Good boy. Oh.
Or a treat. Or a treat.
Hi, good boy.
Hi, Mr. Peterson.
what
Hello,
was-
Mr. Crean.
Hello, good boy.
Hi.
What was the hi? What was
Hello.
the? Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Crean.
Oh, please, Mr. Crean was my father. You can call me the Creanster. What was with the shh?
Well, if you remember the last time I was on your show,
Mhm.
after the show, Mr. Peterson asked if it was okay if he could send me a private message. And we talked for a bit, and he was telling me about all the ways that good little boys can get candy. And he told me about this wonderful day that was coming up called Halloween, where boys and girls can roam the streets in costume, going door to door, requesting candy from, well, just about anybody.
That's right.
And I thought this was just such a wonderful idea. I said, Mr. Peterson, count me in. Oh, please, yes. There was one part about it, though, that I didn't quite like.
What was that?
Yeah, what's that part?
Well, Mr. Crean, when you go to the door, you have to say, gosh, I have trouble even saying it.
You're talking about trick or treat?
Yes.
You don't like saying trick or treat.
No, I like saying the or treat part. It's that first part I have a problem with.
The trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TR word, as it were.
The TR.
Because you know I'm a good boy.
Yes.
You know that I have never had any impure thoughts at all.
No.
You can have impure thoughts. It's not.
Oh, no, Mr. Crean, you cannot. You cannot, or else you wouldn't be a good boy then.
Can I ask some examples of impure thoughts, good boy?
Leaving the house without shoes.
Yeah, that, you should not do that.
Yeah.
When you go through a toll booth, not paying the toll for the person behind you.
I mean, that's a nice thing to do, but you don't have to do that.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to be a good boy, you don't not have to not do that.
Tolls are automated. How do you
Yeah,
how do you
it's true.
pay someone's toll if you just drive through now?
You got to
Well,
get
when when my dad is driving me, because as we all know, I'm a good boy. I don't have my license yet.
Bad
So
boys have licenses.
it's true. Good boys just have state issued IDs, and I make my dad stop the car, and then I call customer service, and I prepay with my debit card. So anyway, I just have such a problem with that TR part because, gosh, do I want that candy? I want it so much, but I just don't feel it would be good for me to imply that I might TR people. So that's why I wanted to come on the show and just give some people some good alternatives that you can say when requesting candy instead of having to use that awful word, Mr. Peterson.
I mean, not all tricks are bad,
Yeah.
right?
You talk about sex workers?
No, I mean, like,
This is
that's a pretty good trick, right?
how in heaven did you do that?
I can explain. No girl talked to him for a year. So he worked on
Okay.
sleight of hand.
As we all know, bad boys play tricks and good boys pick up sticks. So I've just made it my motto never to ever even think that I would TR someone.
What if you were to knock on the door and say, pick up sticks or treat?
That could work. You know, unfortunately, with the way global warming's coming, there aren't as many sticks in people's yards as there used to be. So that's a little tougher.
It's the biggest problem
That is
about global
definitely not-
warming.
Yeah.
That is definitely not true here on the East Coast, where we're having much higher winds, so many more sticks.
It's hard, here on the West Coast. I just wander the streets for hours hoping to find a yard full of sticks I can pick up.
Problem is they're all on fire.
Exactly. Anyway, I do have some handy alternatives that you can use.
Share
So
those with us. What do you got? So I'll be at the door and you ring the bell.
Okay.
I open it and
I'm just going to stop you there real quick because I do think it is impolite to ring someone's doorbell. So
Do you just
I
wait?
mean, for heaven's sake, you don't know what they could be doing in there. You don't want to interrupt them. So I usually try to find an open door or window and kind of just look in until they notice my existence.
you don't say a thing. You,
You
just
don't say
stare
anything.
in
Stare.
that
Just
in that
stare.
mask that you put on.
Oh yes.
And then you say, shh, treat.
Sometimes I'll say that, but it's if the window or the door is closed, it's a little hard to hear the shush. So sometimes I might say, pray or treat.
Because you could hear that better.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll say, so I'll be looking, and then they notice me, and then I'll say, pray or treat. Pray or treat.
You don't even do the prayer hands so that they could.
Well, I don't want to assume anyone's religion.
But you want them to pray.
I think it's good. Now,
Would you say good boys generally pray?
good boys pray 8 hours a day.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's
Yeah.
so much time.
Well, it's 1/3 of the day.
You might be confusing good boys with monks.
Well, most monks are good boys. Let's face it.
That's a good point.
Good point,
But-
good boy.
But of course,
Boy.
unfortunately, a while ago they did pass some laws where, you can't force someone to pray. So that doesn't always work. So another one I like to say is trim or treat.
What is that about?
As you know, there's been a bit of a disease going around this year, and most people have not been able to leave their houses. So a lot of people, their hair has been growing quite long, I would say.
Right.
You're not supposed to go to the barber. I mean, you're actually looking pretty good, Mr. Crean. I don't suppose you've been sneaking out and going to barbers, have you?
No, I just do it myself.
Okay, that's
Oh,
good.
Gary, is this what you mean when you say I'm going to get me some trim?
I hope so, because one of the private messages Gary sent me was that he thought we should go to Vegas for some sweet Nevada trim.
Now that is out of. We were going to a lumber yard to pick up
To
drip
get your hair
edge.
cut. Go into a lumberyard to get your hair cut.
I get it
But
shined.
I think it's just a nice gesture to offer people, in exchange for some candy, the possibility of cutting off some of their human hair.
Oh my god! So
Why
do you keep scissors on you when you go to the door?
do you specify human?
Every good boy always brings scissors with them, and that's just part of being a good boy. And well, the human part, that's just to be specific, I suppose.
Yes. Because you do, of course, as established in your last appearance, you do usually cut dog hair.
That is true, whether they like it or not.
You did not say that last time.
Oh my god! Don't you think that's a bad boy move if the dog
Yeah.
hates it?
No, I don't think dogs have feelings. Anyway, another one I sometimes say is study or treat.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Studying is how you learn.
Yeah, that's true. I've often said mistakes are how you learn. So maybe mistake or treat.
Mr. Crean, a good boy, would never make a mistake. Why? That's just unheard of.
Do you think?
I don't
Weird.
even have any erasers on my pencils.
Wow.
I chew them off at night.
Oh my god! Can't be healthy.
Why specifically at night?
Well, I don't want anyone to see me, if I'm being honest, Mr. Crean.
Yeah.
Mr. Crean, if I can be honest,
Please
I
do.
prefer if people don't see me chewing the erasers off my pencils.
I can understand that.
Mr. Peterson,
Mm-hmm.
I have one last one that I like to use, and, well, gosh, I think it just might be the most important one of all.
Do you want?
May I share it with you?
Do you want to ring my? Oh, do you want to stand in front of my window?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Let's.
Wait.
Oh my god! What the fuck is outside?
Vote or treat. Vote or treat.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that he's voting. Last time he was on, he wasn't so sure he was going to. So I'm glad that he's changed his mind.
I've looked up some really interesting third-party candidates.
Oh no! Don't go for a third party. That's throwing your vote away.
Good boy, you were passing out before the show a fantastic comic that I have right here. President Werewolf with some of your friends
That's so
by
weird.
Tim Vargulish.
I also
Yeah.
have it right here. What are the chances we would both have it right here?
They're fantastic. President Werewolf, a perfect thing for the Halloween season. How can they get a copy of President Werewolf, good boy?
Well, that's just a terrific book that every good boy needs to read. In fact, I recommend keeping one under your pillow.
Would that ruin it?
No, it's made by special material that absorbs dreams.
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
It's
But
a
if-
dream-catching graphic novel about a werewolf president.
Yeah, exactly. And I recommend buying copies either online through Comixology or physical copies by messaging just a delightful, good adult, Tim Vargulish.
Good.
He's having a child, so it'd be good if you
Yeah.
gave him money for things.
Do you think there's a chance that Tim's child will be a good boy?
The child was conceived under a solar eclipse,
Wow.
which
That's cool.
usually is not a good sign.
Oh no.
If I'm remembering the private messages he sent me,
You get so many private messages, it's hard to remember.
yeah, a lot of adults like sending me, the good boy, private messages.
Mr. Vargulish didn't say that you should both go out and get trimmed, did he?
He said I should go out and get Tim, whatever that means. I've been learning a lot through the dark web, and
Oh no, good boy. Don't go on the dark web.
well, I guess I have a lot to think about, and I just want to remind everyone to vote and pray and be
Trim.
good and be good and go get that trim. Whatever the trim you're missing in your life is, go get it.
Hashtag Trim or Treat is trending on our feed right now.
Oh, fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, the good
Delightful.
boy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, good boy. He has to go help a pregnant woman, from what I understand. I actually wanted to take a second to pause the show
Oh, okay.
and introduce you to somebody that I met, and that it's you're going to be my best man someday. If you live past this year, and yeah, I met her online, and
wow.
we haven't met in person, obviously, for COVID reasons.
That'd be sick.
But I want you to meet Ella. I have her watching the show. Ella,
Welcome,
you-
Ella.
Hi,
It's nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. It's so great to see people in person.
We're not actually seeing each other in person.
My business is mainly online, so I just, nobody needs to see my face. It's fine.
yeah, this is the first time I've seen her face, which is kind of crazy
Yeah.
for me. But we text almost constantly, and yeah, it was pretty neat. I put up a weight bench on Facebook Marketplace, and she reached out and said, "Hey, I need some help." And I said, "What's going on?" And Ella, I don't want to, talk out of school and tell your story, but you had some difficulties. She was in jail.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She said
Yeah,
It's a shame anytime I hear about anyone getting caught up in the system.
she needed a lot of money to get out of jail.
I seem to have some trouble sleepwalking. I tend to end up in other people's houses somehow. I think the people in my neighborhood just need to start locking their doors, honestly, because it shouldn't be this easy if I'm asleep,
It's part of the police reform that I think the country needs, is that we're not talking about the sleepwalkers or talkers. I talk in my sleep, usually racial stuff, but
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah, and
about
you said you have fart terrors, right?
yeah, I mean, it
where
wakes
you-
up the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I had to live next to a foghorn factory just to fit in. But Ella messaged me, and she said her story, which is incredible. She was sleepwalking, and she ended up in the mayor's house and kidnapped his son, and then but it was all asleep because she had taken an Ambien,
Yeah, sure.
and she pled guilty because
Did you
the
say
system.
an Amblin?
Yeah, it's the knockoff Ambien.
I can only afford generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of annoying.
Isn't that the pill that lets you fly a bike across the moon?
Produced E.T. Ambien.
Amblian?
Ambulin.
Amblin? Amblin?
Ambulin.
Ambulin?
Ambulin.
Ambulin?
Amulet.
Ambulin?
Ella
Amblin?
was in a tight spot. She said, I'm from a rich family, and if you help me out with your bank account and, a couple emails and get me out of this prison, I will pay you back, tenfold. And,
Okay.
that's how-
Well,
how-
That's how you met.
Hmm.
So did
Yeah.
you give her the money?
I give her my bank account.
Oh boy.
And as you can see, I'm not in jail, so thank you, Gary. It was just so helpful. Thank you so
No
much.
problem, baby.
You mentioned your business. What business are you in?
Oh, I talk to people online when they need me.
Like
Just, whenever.
like a talk space virtual therapy thing, or is it?
Kind of. Yeah, people
No.
normally contact me on MySpace, and we go from there.
That was the
My-
thing. She didn't even have a phone because the police broke it, and so I had to buy her an iPhone 12 because she's
That's-
allergic to other products. So
I don't think the iPhone 12 is even out yet.
well, we got it through because I
Okay.
mentioned her royalty. She said go to a Verizon store and give them your bank account information, your social security number.
No, Gary, don't
And-
go to Verizon. They have terrible coverage.
I mean, it's 5G. Chris Rock's on it. And Ella has a phone now. Sometimes she picks up. Sometimes I don't know where she is. But we talk on the phone now, which is great.
I'm sorry. I want a little bit more of clarification on what your business is. So you're on MySpace, and you talk to people. Is that?
Yeah. Like if they seem like they need a friend or something, or
MySpace
someone
is
just to
like for
check in
friends.
on them. Yeah. They give me their information, and we figure out a way to connect.
I'm sorry. What do you
online.
mean? What information do they give you?
Tell
Phone
'em.
number, address, medical history. What else? Fuck. Bank accounts are normal, that too.
Well, that's not normal. I want to stop you right there. Why do you need people's bank accounts?
Oh,
Everybody.
I
does.
normally don't, but sometimes stuff happens and people seem to want to talk to me a lot. So if I need to get out of something, and my parents are being real assholes right now, they're normally really good about helping me out, but I guess it's just this medical condition of making my way into people's houses by accident. They just don't like it anymore.
Yeah, her
been
parents are rich. They are actually royalty, the Tudor lineage, and they won't give her really any money. They froze her bank accounts, and she showed me some pictures, and I was like, "I'll help you, of course." And she's like, "I'll pay you back with interest." And, I just said in due time. It's been a couple of years now, but she's gonna visit me, and we're gonna have a really good time, right? And I already bought her a ticket. It's funny, every time the plane takes off, it doesn't get to here, but I sent you another ticket. And we're going to meet in the airport again, or hopefully again, LAX. It's
Gary, I'm sorry. I think you're getting scammed here, Gary. I think you're getting scammed.
Well, that's rude.
Scamming is rude.
How is it a scam? I'm totally going to see him as soon as I can.
But why do you need his? But you haven't seen him yet, and you already have his bank account information. I mean, no one has my bank account.
Well, I'm seeing him right now, and he's so much more handsome than I thought he was.
Well, he's been taking care of himself more. He's been using the quarantine to get in better shape. But that's not the point. The point is that this seems like. I mean, what are your intentions with Gary? It seems very vague to me.
Intentions? What is this, the 1900s?
Well, I mean, it seems to me like maybe Gary's a bit smitten, and maybe you realize that, and you're taking advantage of it and getting access to his bank account because Gary is a lonely, single man.
That's
Gary, I think you need better friends. What kind of friends would say that about you? That's so mean.
baby. I'm sorry. I thought it'd be cooler. Rob, shut up! You're ruining this thing. She's gonna take me.
Gary, I don't know if this person has your best interest at heart.
You said this is the year that I'm gonna lose my lip virginity.
Your lip virginity? You mean kissing?
Shh! Don't say it.
Gary, I want you to lose your lip virginity, but I want you to be with someone that is sincerely cares about you, not with some internet scammer. Why do you even still have a MySpace account?
I mean, I found her on there a year ago today. It was.
That's so. And also, this is unrelated, but why do you still have a Yahoo email?
I love their news feed.
It is a good news feed. I love the Yahoo odd news.
Ella came upon me, not literally, but she found me about a year ago.
Virtually.
And she's been
On MySpace.
helping me learn. And
Place for friends.
the weird, sometimes she talks about pledging my soul and
Whoa. I'm sorry. What do you mean by pledging your soul?
Normal pledging your soul. Have you not done that yet? It's the best thing ever.
Please elaborate.
It's just a little.
We'll do the pledge. Let's do the pledge every night. We text it back and forth. I pledge
My soul.
To you eternally, only
So that you may stay on earth.
Until the vessel of my body is needed by the demon Ella.
So I'm sorry, you are a demon?
Huh?
Ella, you're a demon?
Did he say demon?
Yes, he definitely said demon.
I don't think that means what you think it does.
Now, Gary, do you have to text her pictures of your food and how many calories it is before you're allowed to eat?
Yeah.
Has she branded you?
Well, not yet, silly. We haven't met in person.
Oh, that is, yeah, it's silly on my part. I should have.
She did put this bee on my hand that's been here since 2013.
I thought that was when you got stung by a bee.
No.
And you got a fat hand. That's not what that is?
All she needs me to do is to get the Satanic Bible and do the backwards recitation, and then she'll be free, she told me. And I'll be free, and I'll be rich, too.
Well, you have to read the Satanic Bible backwards?
Yes. Tonight.
The whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
By midnight.
I got it on audio. James Spader reads it.
James Spader? He's delightful. I love him on Blacklist.
Oh, so good.
Is he allowed to listen to it backwards, or does he have to actually read it backwards?
Yeah, he can listen to it. It's fine. It's a cheat, but it's okay.
Does the program that you listen to audiobooks on have a backwards play feature? Because I use Libby. Libby doesn't have that.
It's a YouTube video at this point. It's easy to find.
All right. Well, I guess everything seems in order. I was nervous at first, but
yeah,
I can't believe someone finally got Gary to read a book. That's amazing. Backwards or not.
It's good for him to broaden his horizons.
So yeah, I guess we're all, unless there's more information that I'm not aware of, I guess everything's okay?
Everything's okay. It's time to take it to that next step where I put you on the title of my house.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Do you mean like you name your house after her? Like you no longer call it Party Central? You would call it Ella?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm on the deed.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And she has power of attorney.
Seems fine.
An executor of the living will.
Were you gonna leave anything to me?
I have some mail.
I have no problem with this.
Ella, baby, I'm gonna Venmo you another $2,000.
What?
Oh, thank
Gary,
you so much.
You don't have $2,000.
It's okay. I got a credit card. They don't even look anymore.
That's not good. You have a credit card they don't even make anymore?
Yeah.
What is it, a MySpace credit card?
It's a Borders Books reward card.
Well,
I'm just glad you could meet my best friend.
I'm happy to. But I think I might have to go out a little later, so I think I'm running out of time online.
Wait, was that a sword?
Huh?
Was that a sword?
A what?
A sword?
Sword.
Sword?
This?
Yeah. I can't really tell because it's fading into your background. But is it a sword?
Bloody.
I would call it a hatchet.
Oh, it's a bloody hatchet. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine then. I thought it was a sword. I got nervous.
No, I just, I like to sleep with something on me now. I never know where I'm going to wake up or who will be there if they're alive, so.
Because of the sleepwalking.
Baby, you gotta forgive Rob. He's not used to seeing strong women. It's from a different time.
I'm used to seeing strong women. I see them all the time.
Alive?
Alive, yeah. I
Okay.
got a great view out this window. I see strong women walking around, running all the time.
Rob lives outside of Curves.
It's actually a Planet Fitness, but they let women in too. It's a no judgment zone.
Ella,
Yeah?
I love you, babe.
Aw, talk to you later.
Keep it going for Ella.
I'm gonna say it one of these days.
It's great to see that you're meeting new people, even though you can't meet them in person, Gary.
That's right.
You're finally getting over your shyness.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just a little shy guy. You want to bring these next two up?
I don't really know much about them. I know that who are these guys?
Who are we talking to? Just shut up, Pops. They're gonna bring us on.
There's two guys here that I guess I'm sorry if I'm to understand. These two gentlemen have been away on a fishing trip for a long time. Is that correct?
It's me, Bill.
Oh, hi, Bill.
People like to call me Billy.
Billy.
Just don't fucking say Billy. I'm not on board with that. Yeah. I got my Pops here. Good old Pops here.
Who are these people?
Pops through the computer, right?
MySpace?
No, Pops. It's not MySpace.
MySpace. It's a place for friends.
When Pops got his diagnosis around, the end of 2019, we just kind of looked at each other and we're like, you know what? Let's do the fishing trip. We've been planning on.
My kidneys don't work.
Pops. We left. We went to the cabin and we've just been, no cell phones, no internet, and we just for months, man, and we've just been together. And you guys you're the first guys we've been talking to since we got back. We have no idea what's going on.
That's great. That sounds great, especially during this. The last 6 months have been so difficult. I think getting away for a couple months must have been fantastic.
And given that Pops is kind of immunocompromised, it's nice that we live in a country where he's not looking at any threats.
How long were you gone for?
End of December 2019. We've been in the cabin ever since.
This is the last time I had sex with your nana.
Is that your father or your dad? Because that Nana sex thing really doesn't matter.
He had sex with
my grandfather.
Is he your father? Is your father your grandfather?
He's my grandfather.
Oh, okay, good.
Everybody knows Pops.
Yeah, that makes way more sense for him to have sex with your Nana as your grandfather. Because if he was your father having sex with your Nana...
Are you saying that my father fucked his mother?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Never happened.
Third base.
That's good.
He's a bit immunocompromised, whatever the doctors fucking say. And we're just happy we live in a country where there's no risk of viruses or anything like that. We live in a very healthy country.
I want to say, first of all, that has never been true. For years, it's been known that America is an extremely unhealthy country, and we always have a seasonal flu. But
Rob, I don't know what you're talking about, man. This is a great country, and Pops, he doesn't like to wear masks, but he's doing good. He's doing good.
What do you mean?
Don't wear masks.
What are you talking about wearing masks? What do you and do you not know?
How's Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, I think he's doing all right, right? What's going on with Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, where's Tom Brady?
Sorry. So Pops wants to know how is Brady doing with the Pats, right?
He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid, Pops. Is he bringing the Pats to the Super Bowl, or what's the deal?
All sports were canceled for a while, but then what happened when they came back, Gary?
Tom Brady died.
Oh no!
He moved to the worst state in the union,
Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And he played.
Brady plays with the Pats.
No, we have a black quarterback now.
No. Pops. Oh no. Is Brady dead, or is he playing for somebody else?
He's basically dead.
What's he doing now?
If I told you he was actually having quite a successful run with Rob Gronkowski on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, would you even believe me?
He's on the Bucks?
Yeah.
He's playing for the Bucks now?
In the Bucks with Gork?
I hate pirates.
Not Gork.
Oh, sorry, that's what Lisa Lamb calls him.
And he brought Gronk out of retirement just to play for the Bucks?
Yeah, they're doing quite well, actually.
Well, you know what? If this was a joke, I would say you probably stepped on one of them that I wrote, but that's okay. I'm more into basketball, and I just want to know, how is my favorite player, Kobe Bryant, doing?
Oh no, that definitely happened before.
I got bad kidneys.
It happened a long time ago, but I have very bad news for you about Kobe. He was accused of. I don't know how to say this. It's not good.
We all know about that. I just want to know how he's performing in 2020.
I don't really follow sports. Gary, how's he doing?
He's fine.
Yeah? Everything's all good? Good. What I'm really looking forward to is Black Panther 2.
Ooh, that is a tough one, because that is I don't know if they're gonna do a Black Panther 2 because Chadwick Boseman, who played Black Panther, actually died of cancer.
What?
Yeah, it was very unexpected. It was a huge surprise.
He died of cancer, Pop. Who? Chadwick Boseman. He died of cancer.
It was a huge loss. I mean, he was an amazing actor.
Was it the vibranium suit that he was wearing? Like, what gave him the cancer?
They didn't really say what caused it. He could be so compelling, even doing like a ridiculous accent, like he did in that movie Five Bridges.
Wait,
Rob, you clearly have an opinion on a certain movie.
I think I got the number of bridges wrong. Is it 21 bridges, 15 bridges, 8.
You were off about,
I'm gonna edit
about
this.
16 bridges, I think.
I'm gonna edit this later, so I'm just gonna give myself a lot of options. 32 bridges, 8 bridges, 9 bridges,
Jeff Bridges.
Bo Bridges.
The dude who?
There's a
Well-
movie that he's in where he has a goofy New York accent, is what I'm talking about.
Kobe
It's-
Bryant has a New York accent?
Not anymore.
Well, you guys came back, which is the important.
We're back,
and
baby.
You're here to vote, hopefully.
You know what I
Bernie
mean?
Sanders 2020. I've
Yeah.
been saying it for years.
We just want to know how our boy Bernie is doing in the polls.
Well, I get it. Great news. Bernie Sanders is still alive, not dead.
In the election, though.
He's
How would
got-
The,
he's
the
got-
Democrats put
yeah.
a knife in him deeper
Yeah.
than ever before.
He's working
So-
No, they wouldn't do that again. They did that in 2016. There's no way they're doing that again.
They did. Guess who's
Yeah.
running? Who has the best shot on the Democratic side? Best shot to win.
Pete Buttigieg? Like who's going up?
Nope, Mayor Pete
Kanye
out.
West.
Kanye West.
He's on
Bernie's
the ballot.
he's been campaigning for Kanye.
Who?
Yep.
Kanye. They're saying Kanye West. Who? Kanye West.
Oh,
He
he's
can't-
good. He's
he
good.
can't
I looked
hear
at,
color.
College
Seems to
dropout.
be-
He's good. College dropout. Good record.
Wait, so it's Kanye versus Trump. I mean, obviously, Kanye's gonna win, right?
Yeah, there's the ballot right there.
Well, here's the thing. Even if they take it to the courts, at least we got Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's gonna hold out for us, you know.
I got bad news for you.
I love RBG.
She is not going to be in Black Panther 2.
Now, from what I understand, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was in a helicopter and the weather was not good, and they probably shouldn't have been up there. But
Oh my God.
Who?
RBG is dead, pops.
The guy that used to deliver the paper in Southie?
No, that's Frankie.
Frankie Bader Ginsburg,
What else?
Hassan Minaj's his show on Netflix got canceled.
Azam Minaj, the guy that makes the pizzas?
No, that's
Who is that?
Nicki Minaj.
He's a good kid.
We don't have to tell them all the bad news. There's some good news. There's
Great.
Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B came out with a very positive song about women getting what they want.
Billy, your nana has a wet ass pussy.
There you go.
Oh, you've heard that. That's the one thing that they kept.
Oh,
I got bad kidneys, Billy.
Anyone else that's in the room? Do you guys have anything about the last 6 months that you feel like these guys need to know?
There are murder hornets now. They're really fun.
Murder
They're new
hornets?
bugs. Don't you love new bugs?
You're trying to tell me that there are hornets that want to murder me?
Your nana's
Yeah.
been rubbing honey on my kidneys. We're very 2019.
it was a very different year. You were from a very different time, Pops and Billy. We hope
Bill.
that you're able to adjust to
Bill.
2020.
It's Bill.
Okay, Bill.
Just want to make that clear.
All
Your
right, well,
glasses are crooked, Bill. It's bothering me.
I don't care for Billy.
Bill.
We got a gender reveal party in Oregon to go to. We will see you guys later.
We're going to
All right.
set up
Thanks
fireworks.
so much, Pops and Bill, for
Pops and
stopping
Bill.
by. Wow,
You're
that
good
was,
kids. I don't care what your mother says about you.
our mothers don't say much about us, that's for sure.
Especially.
Yeah.
Thanks for the news.
Visitors from the past, I guess.
hmm
What do you say we get on to the future?
I think we need to know what the future brings, which is
Yes.
why we have the hilarious and psychic
What?
Madam Katie K, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome,
What did
Kate.
you call me? A sidekick?
Psychic.
Oh, psychic.
Psychic.
Yeah.
Medium.
You identify as either psychic or a sidekick.
Probably more like a side chick is what I've typically identified as.
We are good friends, and so I do know that that has been an experience that you've had. So I apologize for bringing it up.
Well, that's great. That is a good way to start the show. I did want to say, you guys were talking about past Halloween costumes, and I had a flashback to when I was very woke and annoying in 9th grade.
Mhm.
I wore just black and white clothing, like a bunch of like black and white accessories, and I didn't have any idea what that was supposed to mean. But when people would ask me, I said I was a visual representation of Michael Jackson's hit song, It Doesn't Matter If You're Black or White.
Wow.
Annoying.
Did
and
you win the
cool.
Halloween costume?
No, I won most annoying.
That is ballsy to be a visual representation of the song that at that point had the most expensive visual representation ever. So that's
Yeah, it was bold. It was definitely bold.
You're dressed now. It's either a tiny witch hat or
Witch hat.
traffic cone bedazzled.
yes. Which is it?
Well, they both represent warning.
Can I wear it? I'll wear my tiny.
Yeah,
top
wear your
hat.
tiny hat. I'm gonna do a tarot reading for someone. I think last time I was on, I did it for Rob, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
we did that on the other show, The Gas.
we
And I
wanna
think
know...
that I told you were gonna be poor forever or something.
So far, so good.
So you know that I'm trustworthy here.
I've got, hopefully a good future with Ella. That's looking up on the up and up.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Is that what you would like to know? So typically people come in here with like kind of a question about like their career or love or.
I feel pretty good about us. Let me ask some questions that are different than that. Let me think. Am I going to be happy?
In general? Yeah, that's a good question.
Is that a good question?
That's a great question. Let me just think about it a little bit. Is Gary Peterson going to be happy?
S-E-N, Peterson.
Don't type into the tarot cards. S-O.
Yeah, if I spell it wrong, will be somebody completely different's future.
He's an abstract artist in New York, and then he has my website. That fucker won't let it go.
He has S-E-N?
Yeah.
What a dick.
This is the card that I pulled. It's a sword basically going through a skull.
Gonna add up later.
That's concerning, but there are flowers coming out of it. So let's see what it means. This is going to determine whether or not you are ever happy. Gary, are you happy now?
No.
Okay.
No.
Hold on. I have to look. I have to consult the book.
Take your time. When I say I'm not happy, I just am having a real tough time, which I feel like is a lot of people's things this year, for sure.
For sure.
I don't think I'm going to jump off a bridge or anything like that, but...
Well, you can't. The bridge is on fire.
That's true. California's on fire, and there are very few bridges, and there's no water in them. But I think my own sanity, I'm thinking, like, big changes need to happen. I'm thinking, like, maybe even moving to Canada, maybe moving into, Rob's room, separate beds.
So this card represents the spreading of gossip.
I personally do not like gossip.
Yeah.
But you know who does?
Gary. And is rooted in misinformation. And if you don't know the whole story, it's best to remain quiet. And what I think that means is stop doing podcasts.
Well, technically, this is a live stream, not a podcast. And I just want to say, I
know what a podcast is, Rob. I'm just saying, like, this says that, to me, this card means no one should do a podcast.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
But we're applying it to Gary.
What if it's
By the way,
my favorite murder or the Dork Forest?
No.
Some of the
Turn them all off. They all
of them.
Yeah.
Even Dork Forest?
It's a pretty good one.
It's Jackie Cation. You can't say no to Jackie Cation.
I'll be on it in December.
This was not supposed to be a plug for podcast.
I'm gonna change hats.
So maybe
for this.
Maybe when you move, you should.
Take me on this journey.
It says it's best to remain quiet, so you should take a vow of silence and maybe just become a monk.
Or a good boy.
Or a good boy.
A vow of silence. Remain quiet. Like meditate? You think that could mean meditation? I downloaded that app. I don't know how to use it, but...
Which one?
The free one.
Yeah.
Shazam, it's called?
Yeah, maybe start meditating or just, like, put tape over your mouth.
I'm supposed to put tape... Well, what if I can't breathe?
I don't have the answers to those questions. I'm just telling you what the book says.
That feels like that question belongs in the last segment.
Did that solve your problem, Gary?
That did help. I think, being still, maybe the answers will reveal themselves. That makes sense. Let's ask about Rob. Let's find out a little bit about Rob. Rob seems to be doing okay. Rob, what questions do you need answered right now?
Let's see. I guess the good question is, will I ever be able to make a living again?
You asked this question last time.
Will I be able to support myself after the quarantine is over, being that live entertainment is over?
This is deep. This is a really...
Yeah.
Let's see what the cards say.
No progress. That was months ago.
Well, the pandemic is still here, so. Oh, this is a great card.
That's good.
It's the Empress. These are all anatomical cards, so.
That's because Rob only dates skinny women. Go ahead.
Is that true, Rob?
No.
Look at the lineup.
What?
Rob's a known misogynist.
Rob, this is so great.
I'm not a known misogynist.
I mean, it's on your profile, but what does it say?
Rob, this card tells me and tells you that you just need to believe in yourself, and it represents beauty, abundance, potential, creation, luxury, fertility, and Mother Nature. So I think whoever you're dating might get pregnant.
Oh boy.
Are you wrapping it up?
Half and half.
Half and half?
That means Rob has half a ball, half a penis. So it really doesn't matter.
You're playing with fire.
I've never gotten anyone pregnant.
You can't. You have to have sex first.
It doesn't mean that it can't happen. There was the Immaculate Conception. Remember that?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Even absence isn't 100%.
True. Well, the cards are always right, so I would be extra vigilant.
Ella, do you have a burning question?
Could you tell me how I'm going to be doing money-wise for the next year?
The card is just a MySpace card.
What's a MySpace card?
It's a place for friends.
Your card is just a picture of a bunch of different types of poison.
Oh my God.
Which maybe is your next entrepreneurial adventure.
I mean, I already have most of that stuff in my cabinet, so.
Ooh. But think of what you could do if you sold it.
That could work.
It also means, it also means loss, despair, grief, negativity, a devastating blow, and old wounds.
Shit.
Could that be the people that you killed? Aw.
Maybe, but that would imply that they're still around.
Well, there are ghosts. Ella, I think you need to watch your back.
I guess. Thank you. I'll try.
You're welcome.
Watch your back.
I do have this, so I'll be fine.
Ghosts are drawn to weapons.
Or Billy?
I prefer Bill.
Do you have a burning question?
How long does Pops have?
Smoking and bad kidneys.
That's the first half.
His butthole's upside down.
This is the card for justice, which means usually like a decision or consequences. So I think Pop's gonna die like real soon.
So Nana's gonna get justice.
What?
What did he do to Nana?
They're an older couple.
It's shaped like a kidney, too, that card.
It's a heart and a brain combined. I guess if I were you, Bill, I would, say your farewells while you can. He might be dead right now. He's not on the screen, so no one really knows.
It would almost be an ironic justice. Just go down to the porch and see old Pops dead with a cigarette in his mouth.
It would be a really wonderful ending to this show.
A spooky death.
Spooky. It would be, very Halloween-y.
Tie it together, so cross your fingers.
Will we be okay after the election?
That's a big question to ask somebody who's new to tarot.
Even if the president didn't want to leave or, the election didn't work out in people's favor, it's the people who can decide.
It's the people and the Electoral College that can decide.
That's right. A very small 238 majority, secretly owned. That could be leveraged.
I pulled the 7 of elixirs, which is not very comforting.
Uh-oh.
It just basically says there are many possibilities, but you spend too much time worrying about the future to focus on one thing.
Way to go, Gary. You fucked us all over.
Because I'm a worrywart.
Because you asked the question.
It also means fantasies, nightmares, confusion, and delusion. So
Donald Trump.
Way to go, Gary.
Yeah, but if we want to make this even more cynical, we could say that we're so worried about the outcome of this election, we're forgetting that the world has been bad for a very long time.
Maybe it's time for this country to wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. We've had a journey here today. We've learned, we've laughed, we've loved. The future has been told. The past visited us. And, to bring it all together, I think, Rob, it's time to end with a song, a spooky song. What do you think?
A spooky song? All right, sure. Let's do a spooky song.
Take it away, Rob.
Cookie, 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 cookie. Cookie, 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 cookie.
I'm so glad I hired a babysitter for this.
You're at your house. Garrett, aren't you going to join in with me? Ookie, cookie, ookie, cookie.
The landslide will bring me down.
Oh my God, I'm not editing that again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show.
I like that movie.
I disagree, Gary.